Hi guys, and welcome back to VCT Game Changers Southeast Asia Series FSL Circuit, the league that's all about growing the competitive women's gaming scene, seeing how women in esports change the game. It's us again, your host, Jenny Rara Julie, your caster, Kentrell Hey I'm Quack, and of course, once again, this FSL Open 6 is brought to you by our sponsor Intel, supported by Yahoo. Quack, what did we think about that earlier series between Oasis Gaming Aqua and Wildfire Sphinx?
There were some crazy plays, a lot of aces, a lot of more aces and clutches than you would normally see in most games, right? But they made it happen regardless, and it's very fun to watch. Unfortunately, Wildfire Sphinx, they got eliminated from the tournament, but still, I mean, regardless, for the first time that they actually made it to playoffs, I have to say this is an incredible run. They made it to lower brackets, round 2 or 3. And, even though it wasn't all the way in towards like lower bracket finals or anything, up against a team like Oasis Gaming, and you're actually able to pull off a lot of these incredible kills, incredible highlight clips and whatnot, it's awesome. I really have to say it. They took rounds that they shouldn't have won. They managed to make it work, and I think it's a big enough statement that this is a team that you have to keep an eye on, especially, even if they make it into overtime, even if they don't make it in overtime, I want to see more of Wildfire Sphinx. On the other side, Oasis Gaming, I mean, very solid, just knowing exactly how to play around it, knowing how to work together as a team. You see how they work in terms of strategy. You got players like Anko doing her thing sometimes, going with deep flanks and lurks, and then the rest of the squad just, knowing exactly how to use their utility and everything coming to fruition. They're solid.
Yeah, I agree. I think the key for Wildfire Sphinx, we've been able to talk to some of the girls from the squad, and they really said that their aim, I think before this, they were kind of hovering around the top 10 spot on the leaderboard, and really to get into FSL, you need to be top 8. So for them, I think it's really just about playing in every single open and getting better and better each time. So, I mean, since this is the last open 6, they still do have the opportunity to make it through for wild card as well as overtime, so that's definitely going to be the goal for them. I'm excited to see how they move on from here. But Oasis Gaming, that was a pretty dominant series from that. I mean, that game 1, map number 2, as well, especially the first 7 or so rounds.
Yeah, it's awesome what they do. I mean, you even saw in the highlight reel that happened, after the break. Muffin, just doing incredible things as Jet. They are super aggressive at times, but they also know how to dial it back. And that's why they're just pretty solid fundamentals, knowing how to play strategy. They're a good team. But I think, coming into the next teams and whatnot, playing against someone like, I don't know, Galaxy Racer, Alter Ego Celeste, Renata Smite, they're going to need a little bit more, and hopefully we get to see more of that as well. But for now, it's going to be... Oh, this is a pretty big one. It's a pretty big one. You know who it is. It's Alter Ego Celeste versus Galaxy Racer, Reirachu.
The one, the only Alter Ego Celeste. And playing against Galaxy Racer as well, I think a lot of us are going to be pretty excited for this matchup, seeing as how this could potentially be a finals matchup.
Oh, I think our video is not working. It's supposed to play the team roster. We're supposed to see all the lovely faces of the girls on the teams, but you know what? It's okay. I'm pretty sure by now we know every single player on the Alter Ego Celeste roster. So let me just test your memory real quick.
Oh my god.
What are their names?
Oh my god. Oh my god, don't do this to me. Tarathiel, Margot,
okay, yes.
Ayumi. Come on. What?
Yeah. You got it. That is that. I mean, they are the girls. Tarathiel, IGL. You got Margot. You got Aneri, Ayumi, and then you got Iceberg, and that's why they're all here. I mean, not to mention, actually, they got one more, but she's only in case someone gets technical issues. That's Oreophilia. See, I'm a true Alter Ego Celeste fan. Give me my fan badge somewhere.
You are. Simp.
Yeah. Okay,
so we call it nowadays.
Maybe, but that is we're
girls. We're all AE simps in this house.
Yeah.
For like
FSL.
the last 2 years.
Oh my
If you're
god,
watching this
actually.
broadcast, there is just absolutely no way you can't be a fan of this team. They're just these girls are so good. We mentioned it earlier as well that the team they've gone 5 for 5. They've already made it through and qualified for FSL Elite already. They've got 50 points at the top of the leaderboard. It's impossible for any other team in the league to catch up to them at this point. So they're kind of just participating in Open Six for, I guess, bragging rights, prize pools, some practice. I'm not sure. I feel like they're farming us for prize money at this point, but I'm not complaining. I would pay money to watch this team gladly any day.
I'm gonna, yeah, definitely would love to watch them. I think some of them maybe stream every now and then as well.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? It really is a little bit of experimenting and practice because usually we see a Neri on the Jet Rays. You're starting to see her play Sky a little bit. That's going to be pretty fun to watch. And going up against a team like Galaxy Racer, though, that's going to be a little bit different. Not as easy. Don't know if we have the video for the team for now, but real quick, what are their names? I'm a little bit rusty on this as well, but we definitely know one of them.
Yep, and that one starts with a T. She's got a 1 in her name instead of an I. It's good. Oh, we've
Oh,
got
there
the
we
A
go.
Celeste squad. Hooray!
Wrong video, but that's okay. Here's the Galaxy Racer one. Yeah, it's Trix. She's a caster. She plays the piano. She's a coach. She's an analyst. She does everything. And on top of that, IGL for her team. The rest of her
Mm-hmm.
squad are no joke as well. I mean, you got Aya, Baby Aluka, Ivory, Yeya, and as well Hannah, who I think we don't see as often, but they are still a force to be reckoned with. There is a reason why they've made it 2-0 so far in the upper brackets. It's just so happens to be it's fate. They're gonna meet Alter Ego Celeste again in the upper bracket finals. It happened last month. It's happening one more time, but I think this time it's slightly different. We're getting some information. The map picks. It's not the exact same as last month's. I mean, last month it was Alter Ego Celeste. I don't know why, but they they had their choice. It was basically Icebox and Ascent all the way. This
Mm-hmm.
time around might be a little bit different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree too. And also the thing is GXR very interestingly, they kind of play kind of the similar map style to Ego Celeste. I think their most played is Bind, followed by Ascent as well, and they don't tend to like playing those maps on Breeze. But I mean, not liking Breeze, it's kind of an across the board thing for most teams here in FSL. So that's definitely interesting. We're talking about tricks. If you guys are following, keeping up with FSL, especially on our Facebook page, we did do a interview with Trix a few months back. Definitely do check it out. It's just really insightful to just pick her brain about how she casts, she coaches, she's a professional player herself. Like this girl, she does it all. You mentioned she plays the piano too, and she plays the piano to actually just relax and loosen up and warm up her fingers. I'm like, girl, like playing piano is hard and you do this to relax. What is going on? Just how mechanically gifted do you have to be?
I think it really does help though, because if you're playing FPS, you're super intense. I don't know. You don't want to get carpal tunnel. Maybe we can ask Gian about this as well. He plays piano also, but we're gonna hand it off to our caster friends for now. But I mean, do you have any other words to Raritu?
I mean, I'm excited about this series because traditionally, I mean, sometimes we kind of tend to call Alter Ego Celeste the speedrun team just because of how fast they tend to just mow through a lot of their opponents. But the exception comes when they go up against GXR. And GXR is kind of like the reverse speedrun team. We've seen a lot of times where this team brings games to that overtime. They give us those absolutely crazy, insane games, those clutch plays towards the end. So I'm just super excited for how this series is going to go. I want to see all 3 maps.
Yeah, we certainly hope for that. But for now, we're going to hop off. We're going to sign up for a bit because it's going to be Gian Illustrato as well as Tanya May casting this game. It's Alter Ego Celeste versus Galaxy Racer, everyone. Welcome our casters.
So the unstoppable force going up against the immovable object here. Galaxy Racer, the overtime queens, going up against the very much clean sweep of a roster here that is Alter Ego Celeste. These guys have been nigh unstoppable, for almost every single open, and it doesn't look like they're putting on the brakes just yet. Welcome to this broadcast. I'm Illustrato. Joining me for the first time, Tanya May. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm so excited to finally be on the caster desk and not the host. So gonna do a lot more talking now, that's for sure. And I'm really excited to see Galaxy Racer go up against Auto Eagle because for AE Celeste, they made a perfect run in Open 5. And now in Open 6, I mean, the fact that you already made a perfect run, they're gonna want to do it again, right?
I think if there's any team that can stop this proverbial perfect run from Alter Ego Celeste. Any team that can stop them from taking the perfect sweep of all 6 opens, it's got to be Galaxy Racer. That's my bet here.
Yeah.
But let's take a look at the agent select because we're ready to dive into the game itself. Any predictions before we get into it, Tanya?
I have to put it on Alter Ego Celeste, but I think that Galaxy Racer, how they approach this, because we know that the second map is actually Bind, and that is their choice. And we have not seen Alter Ego play Bind ever since I believe it was FSL Open 4 up against Oasis. So that's really throwing a spanner in the crack, you know?
I agree. So the first map that would have been Bind actually, the first ban was Haven, and the second ban of this was Split. So that just leaves us with the rest of these maps here. We end up on Icebox, Bind, and Ascent. Now, these maps, they're all quite comfortable for Galaxy Racer. And honestly, if there's any this map, these map bans, these map picks rather, they all really go Galaxy Racer's way. Icebox is where Galaxy Racer took that big victory off of Oasis yesterday, and all the rest of the maps are very comfortable playing on. Same goes, however, to Alter Ego Celeste. It's just gonna be a matter of who can have their playstyle be the prevalent one, who can play their own game, and who can come up with those star clutch performances time and time again.
Yeah, for sure. I think both teams read each other really well. They banned out the so-called the best map of each other. Galaxy Racer likes to play Haven, and of course, Alter Ego likes Split so much. But Icebox is actually a 50-50. If you look at the stats from FSL Open 5, teams on attack and defense have a 50-50 split. And this is unlike any other map. So if there's any chance of them taking a win, I think Icebox could also be it.
Apologies, my camera went wonky there for a second, but yeah. Um, okay, so going back to it, what's I actually think that the Filipino map, each country has their own like best map. You know what I mean? I think it's actually Haven, and the thing is, you can see a lot of the top Filipino teams playing well on Haven, especially
Mm.
like say Bren. Even Galaxy Racer. Now, I do think it's one of the maps that they're comfortable on here. On the other side, with across the other regions, you talk about Indonesian teams. For me, Indonesian teams, they're very good at split in general. You look at even the Alter Ego main roster, the no, not the main roster, but the men's roster, excuse me. They actually also have a very strong split lineup, and this is very much showing that we have a very diverse, pool of talents, a very diverse group of players with just within the sphere of Southeast Asia in itself, and it makes for very interesting Valorant.
Yeah, there's no one Southeast Asian style, but here we have both of these maps being banned out, and it's really anyone's game going into Icebox. I mean, I'm excited to see Margot possibly on Viper, and Ivory as well on the side of Galaxy Racer really put in a lot of work for them yesterday on this map. So we might get a Viper versus matchup, but Margot tends not to play Viper on this map, more of Omen. So I'm really anticipating to see what the agent select will bring.
That might actually be a little bit of a hindrance to Alter Ego Celeste, just because the meta for Icebox, the most meta pick right now for Icebox is actually that Viper.
Yes.
Sure, you can do a little bit of work with the Omen, Especially, it allows you for some creative plays with the teleports, and since Icebox is such a wide map, it gives you that opportunity to do it. However, Viper, it just is so important when it comes to Icebox, because taking the B site without a Viper, it's so difficult to actually do that.
But it is Alter Ego, and they have not even been drafting duelists in their games yesterday. So it's really exciting to see what they change up once again. I mean, KO they brought out in the last open. I don't know if they will just decide to do so, or we saw Cypher as well being played by Threadrill yesterday. Who knows? And really, who knows?
It's going to be a question of whether Galaxy Racer will, I mean, excuse me, whether Alter Ego Celeste will be confident enough to pick those agents up, those no duelist compositions against Galaxy Racer. But let's find out as we go into the agent select itself here. We're starting with the game, and it's going to be Galaxy Racer starting on the defensive side and Alter Ego Celeste starting on attack. And already we start to see a very meta composition from Galaxy Racer, the Sage, the Sova, and the Viper, pretty much down pat as to how they're going to handle it. Margot hovering over the Yoru, teasing us a little bit. We have seen it before, but they might not pull it out against Galaxy Racer today.
Galaxy Racer are super comfortable on this agent comp. This is the exact same one they've been running for the last few times that we saw them on Icebox, including yesterday. So I think they're very familiar with this, and of course they have to go out with their best composition here against Alter Ego, because it is, in a way, do or die. I mean, they don't want to find themselves in the lower bracket and climb back up again just to meet Alter Ego in the grand finals, where everyone is so stretched. But Alter Ego here playing with our hearts. I mean, we talked about KO, talked about Yoru, but it looks like they are also locking in very meta agents, except for that Omen, which we saw Margot play a lot on Icebox. She loves those flanks.
Margot has just been so on point with not just the flanks, especially when she's on an Omen, but just the way that she can hold is so good. She's able to come up with multi-kills round after round in rounds that she has no business claiming those multi-kills. Like knowing how to hide not just behind her own utility, but even behind the utility of the opponents and use that against them. It's really a very specific skill set that she brings to the table, and it ends up catching a lot of teams off guard.
Yeah, and we will be seeing Alter Ego actually on the defense, because they picked the map and Galaxy Racer chose attack. But I'm just worried a little bit for Galaxy Racer, because looking at their matches yesterday as well as the day before, they tend to need time to warm up. Their first map is always extremely close. Like, even though they may be in the lead, it might be only about 2 rounds, and then suddenly they find themselves tied with their opponents. And while the mental game, whenever they play that first map, sure, it may be a 2-0 against their opponents, but it is really cutting it close.
One upgraded pistol is really all Galaxy Racer has, and that's just going to be in the hands of Aya. That just goes to show that she's going to be confident taking these long-range duels here up against the side of Alter Ego Celeste, who are electing yet again to play the slow, patient style. Now, when you come up with teams who are very experienced, very much at the top of their game, like both of these teams here, you're going to see a lot more of these slower rounds. And the whole purpose of this, Tanya, is just to see who can make the first mistake. First of all, it's to bait out utility, this whole default style of play, but also to see who can make the first mistake and who really is going to make the first misstep that they can capitalize on. Now, neither of these teams really showing very much at the moment, but Aya, really good adjustment, unable to get the second one though, but it's still going to be a solid kill as Alter Ego Celeste now get that spot onto Ivory, who will be holding on towards yellow. Margot will get a follow-up onto Aluka. That's towards mid here, but there's footsteps being exchanged, and her Trix knows where Margot is, knows that she likes to lurk, and so she's going to go for the punish. Now, they rotate on over towards A, and still a 3v3. There's a lot of time here, 29 seconds. They're going to be leaving Iceberg for the rotation, just to cut off anything that might come their way. But the rest of the members of Alter Ego Celeste barreling their way down.
Yeah, Alter Ego really read Galaxy Racer so well. If you watched their games yesterday, this is Ivory's favorite setup here at B. And even though it was traded 1-for-1, Alter Ego decided to rotate and just doesn't want to push in the Viper because Ivory has been so clutch on defense on this agent. And just as I say that, unfortunately, did not spot out the mid there from Iceberg. And it looks like it's a 2v1.
Yeah, it's 2v1 right now, like you said. But Trix has been known to be very capable of making these clutches. Good dink. But Iceberg with the triple kill. Yet again, we'll find the linchpin onto Galaxy Racer. They found themselves the first round in a pistol. And a nice triple kill right there in Iceberg. It's going to boost her economy. So 200 credits per kill. That's going to give her an additional 600. Allow her to buy everything she needs and more. All the utility and still have 1,000 left over. Actually, you know what we're starting to see, Tanya? In the meta nowadays, a lot of the teams are going for that early round Vandal. Early Phantom sometimes. And I think it might be worth considering as well as it develops in SEA because there is some merit to it, especially going into rounds where, like in the bonus round, that one Vandal could be the difference between taking the bonus round and not actually taking it at all here. Ayumi?
It's true, and Inari is also the Guardian though.
Oh, yeah.
So very bold buy as well. But Alter Ego loses 2. So we end up in a 3v2 situation. They did get the spike down. And we see the baby Aluka lurking. I like the way that she plays. She reads the map really well. She's a very situational player. And she's actually the top ACS on Galaxy Racer. It's not even the duelist, it's baby Aluka.
One still left standing, and this has come much closer than Alter Ego Celeste would have liked. No, that's a good paranoia. And that's actually going to allow them... They're not going to be able to get this defuse. I don't think they have time. But still, 5 kills on the bonus round, on the eco round. Massive here for Galaxy Racer. They're going to be happy with that for sure, as they challenge the economy of Alter Ego Celeste yet again and force them into rebuying 5 rifles or whatever they can afford to scrap together.
Yeah, they all invested in Spectres, but now they are very poor. You can see there, after the buys, they're only left with a couple of hundred. But it's a huge round, even for Galaxy Racer. Sure, they didn't win the round, but it's huge in terms of confidence, right? The fact that they were outnumbered and yet they still managed to eliminate everyone on the side of Alter Ego. And here we have another slow push into A. You were talking about the pace and how the teams like to play out. It's not just baiting out utility, right? It's also denying information. So slowly but surely, Galaxy Racer have to figure out, is there anyone on the flank? Because you see Aya there just lurking, and Margot as well. I think they're gonna meet in the middle.
They have, and yet again, however, Aya and Trix. They're gonna be bringing things level right now in this 3v3. They have found some respite. They're going to be trying to work their way into sight. Aluka around this corner will not be checked as Iceberg and Tarathiel. They're gonna land a couple of nice shots to seal that round. Inari with the Guardian, always lethal, always deadly. Will reign true yet again as we found our way into another advantage for Alter Ego Celeste. Galaxy Racer once more scratching their heads as to, they should have had that round. And no matter all the work that they did to make those rebuys expensive for Alter Ego Celeste, it sort of goes to the wayside a little bit now because they have forced onto an ego once more.
Yeah, and they also had a good flank from Aya right there on the jet, taking out Margot from the back, and it's so close. Like, even though the score is 3-0, but you can feel like Alter Ego is not quite there yet. I think they don't want to end rounds this way. They want to be a lot cleaner. And looks like they are going to push into kitchen, which is something new. Because so far they have only attacked A and B, but now with that mid control. And Neri, beautiful shots.
Okay. There we go. Hannah getting a pickup right here on to site. And hold on. Let me just get this straight. I think Hannah might be, if I'm not mistaken, subbing in.
Yeah. You did not see that just now, but yes, you're
Yeah,
absolutely right.
yeah, they are. They're
Wow.
subbing in, so they are missing one player right now. Yeah,
Yuria,
indeed.
who has been their Sovar main on the side of Galaxy Racer. She has been
Yeah. I know,
very
but
solid on, yeah.
I'm wondering if this is like this is what I'm not sure of. This is, and I'll be completely transparent with you guys. I'm not sure if this is a 6-man roster. I mean, like a sub, because I know that Galaxy Racer, they like to run a 5-man roster.
And we have been seeing Yuria for the past 2 days, so this is definitely something new. Maybe they have something up their sleeves. Who knows?
Fair enough.
Once again,
Spike down.
Alter
Attacker
Ego
spawn.
again trying to take mid control, which is what we saw them do last round. Spike is not even nearby, so try to play it slow and suss out what kind of information they get, because it's really crucial to know where Ivory is set up. And if you notice, they actually don't want to push into Ivory that much. If she's on B, they go to A. So slowly but surely, they're inching, trying to find ground. They got the spike, and it looks like it might be an A push.
Okay, so I'm just getting confirmation right now that
Spike down. Attacker
Hannah is
spawn.
actually the registered 6th and playing in place of Yaya for now. So, just, so you guys are aware, chat. If you're not, and of course all the viewers, if you guys are not aware, they are playing with their 6th today. How this will affect Galaxy Racer has yet to manifest, and this is something that we have
30 seconds left.
not seen previously, because Galaxy Racer have always been a team that likes to focus and rely on that 5-man core roster. This change with Hannah coming in is very much
Enemy
a little
remaining.
bit of a surprise here. Aluka is able to once more find a pickoff onto Iceberg, and this is looking like a great round for Galaxy Racer. They've been struggling thus far, but with
10
pickups
seconds
like
left.
this, and especially on a round where Alter Ego Celeste, they don't really have the economy completely settled in yet. Nice flick from Trix as well as she adjusts onto the dome of Ayumi. We'll get her that first round from Galaxy Racer, and Alter Ego Celeste a little bit still struggling. Excuse me. Galaxy Racer will be the one still struggling to find the second. Now, this is something I wanted to point out in the show a little bit earlier on, Tanya. Alter Ego Celeste, they have made basically the perfect run all across all the opens, not losing a single one. They've come out champion open after open after open.
Mm-hmm.
Galaxy Racer, how are you feeling about their odds of taking that away, that perfect sweep away from them?
I think they'll definitely put up a really good fight, but if you just take a look at the games from the last 2 days that they've been playing, they have actually only shown on Split and Icebox. So I'm excited about the next map, because that will be a new showing from them. But so far, they have some cracks in their armor, a little bit of team play, maybe like not pushing together, not swinging together, and Alter Ego just look that much more perfect in the sense. Not that they don't make mistakes, but their team play is there. And Galaxy Racer tend to rely on, say, 1 to 2 players on their team. Trix, of course, tries to open up for a team on that duelist. And when she doesn't get it, when she doesn't get the frags, it's going to be on Baby Aluka to clean up. And it's not always, a surefire strategy, as we can see here.
Yeah. It's a great run here for Alter Ego Celeste, as yet again they force Galaxy Racer into a reset. Just when you think Galaxy Racer have found a little bit of a footing in this map, Alter Ego Celeste pulled the rug from under their feet once more and forced them into an awkward bye. Now, Trix is only going to have a Sheriff, but on top of that, she will have the Showstopper. See if they can actually make an impactful play off of it for now. Ivory going to commit that Viper's Pit very early on, just to make sure that they have more grounds to cover elsewhere, to cover more of the map elsewhere, as they will be sort of strapped for utility, for basically everything at the moment. And it's Alter Ego Celeste. Now the ball's in their court. How are they going to respond to this Viper's Pit here? Where are they going to go in lieu of this? It looks like they're
I
going to go...
don't expect them to push into it, but
Yeah, but they might.
they are
Look at
still-
where they are.
Yeah, they might. They're still there. Interesting. So everyone has gathered at A. They are gonna have to look at their flanks, but Margot is lurking in mid. And they do have 3 ultimates, bro. It's 3 ultimates to 2 on Galaxy Racer, and Galaxy Racer already used 1. And there we go. Hunter's Fury being used, trying to push the players of Galaxy Racer out of that Viper's pit.
Nice entry, however, Trix will get that kill with the Sheriff, and should be an easy cleanup here for Aya, as Galaxy Racer managed to pick up another round and really stick it to Alter Ego Celeste yet again. Just when you think that they were in a little bit of hot water, after getting reset like that, they still had enough of a buy, enough of a bank to be able to afford a relatively decent buy. And with that Viper's Pit, it really stifled any ideas, any notions that Alter Ego Celeste had of trying to get to that A site.
Quite curious why they decided to commit to that, knowing that it was right in front of their faces. I really thought that they would have rotated to B, especially since they actually don't like to push in where Ivory is. And seeing here, they are adapting once again, deciding, alright, we're not going to deal with Viper anymore, we're going to go to B and execute on this. They still have 2 ultimates from last round, they only committed the Hunter's Fury. So surely but slowly, you see Alter Ego inch up.
This is quite dangerous here, Tanya, for Alter Ego Celeste. Doing a plant onto B like this, especially without having a kill, is it's so deadly. Those retakes are nearly guaranteed if you don't get a pick. And in a 4v5, the spike even hasn't gone down. Alter Ego Celeste are in trouble right now. Galaxy Racer, they're happy to take fights. Want to play a little bit more passively because the spike has been recovered. So now the ball is kind of in their court as to where they want to go. But that recon dart, and that's a good pain shell to deny a lot of pressure, a lot of presence here towards that B site. They even have somebody cutting off rotations and watching the flank in case. So this is all on lock right now. Galaxy Racer have the manpower, and they're using it completely to their advantage as well. So from the shadows, just to spot out some information, Margot will be looking to entry. And she actually lines up a quick double right there. Aya with 2, but the man, too many men up and running here, or shall I say women. 5-3 as Alter Ego Celeste. They take another loss up against Galaxy Racer. They just lose a numbers game there, Tanya.
Yeah, Inari was really low. I think it was 26 HP on her. That's why she couldn't really push in, and all of Alter Ego were just stuck at yellow. They really couldn't do much. They didn't have the utility. They already used the smokes. Rongo really tried her best to push up right there. But that's it. It does mean that you can see that Iceberg is not able to full buy. Right? She's only got a pistol. So it is starting to hurt on the side of Alter Ego. And if Galaxy Racer can use this tempo and use the confidence that they have built up in the last few rounds, I think they might even make this extremely close for Alter Ego.
Ayumi with a great opening pick alongside Inari. They're making this lesser by work. And they are digging deep on this one. Suddenly Galaxy Racer not expecting the immediacy of the pushes. Just get caught off, and Inari finding 2 kills with a Guardian. Not only going to boost their economy, but also will boost their confidence. As they find a 3-5 here. It's looking like it's going to be Celeste to take a 6, and indeed it will be. So Rathiel will find the kill onto Ivory. And what a convincing win here from Celeste. Just playing the contact, just playing the angles, just going for that dry peek style. And Galaxy Racer were not ready for it.
Yeah, I mean, losing everyone and then going into a flawless round, that's Alter Ego for you. They don't seem to miss a beat, and the reason why they are Alter Ego Celeste is really because of the way they adapt. We saw them try to do the B execute, as you mentioned. It was so risky because they didn't get a pick. And the adaptation here comes in. You have to give credit to Theratiel, their in-game leader. Instead of all committing to B, again, they prioritized that the mid-map control, and they got the picks there, which allowed them to really open up.
Finally, oh, that's a bit of a miss there from Aya. Okay, take 2. She goes up and has the operator in her hands looking for that initial pick here. Ayumi has information, but she will still be taken down. Bladestorm coming out. Nice shot from Aya. Finds a double here. Is the pressure mounting towards A? They have to commit on towards the side, but Aya's good for a 3rd. Looking for a 4th right now, and she's been hitting her shots all day, every day. But Tarathiel as well is there to take things back. The res does come in. 4v2 as Galaxy Racer are on advantage right now. 2 players up on ahead. There is also a res here for Celeste. If they can get it up here, Galaxy Eraser can't challenge this res for now, protected by that Viper wall. And so this still leaves a pretty decent chance in the round here for Celeste.
The wonderful thing about Galaxy Racer is that they don't have 2 duelists. I mean, they don't have 1 duelist. They always rely on 2. So if Trix is not popping up, you can rely on Aya to do that. And right there with the Blade Storm really making it work for her team. But it does force Alter Ego to rotate. And they had time. It was 40 on the timer. They rotated. They still have plan. But Trix here, with the showstopper, going to win 1.
10 seconds left.
That's a massive kill right there, so late into the round. Tarathiel barely gonna have any room to plant. They know that she has had to commit. And through that one, that late peak, Hannah is gonna find that kill, keeping 3 members of Galaxy Eraser, excuse me, not Eraser, Galaxy Racer. But they will be erasing Alter Ego Celeste in that one. See what I did there? I planned.
Racing for sure.
Yeah.
And they've also looked a lot better on defense, no matter the map. They do try to claw back on attack based on sometimes you see them yesterday, but generally I feel like they are that much better on defense, and I think they have to make every round count right here before the change happens. It's already round. So 6 and 4 is a great scoreline. It's really where Galaxy Racer wants to be.
This is a pretty decent scoreline for Galaxy Racer. Sure, they'd like to take a bit more, and they were quite happy to take on a couple of rounds where they should have, not won at all, especially on that second round of the game. But still, up against Alter Ego Celeste, the margin of error is minuscule here. Ivory, good pick to find, will be spammed through the smoke, somehow still alive. Aluka's got her back as well, and the crossfire working wonders right now. Ayumi's looking at entry, but the paranoia slows her down, as right now it's Aluka to once again find another shot. Aluka with a third through the smoke, somehow managing to line up another onto Ayumi here, and it's all up to Margot. Has been clutch for her team before. But up against 3 members of Galaxy Racer, the crossfires have been set. They've been so efficient, so effective. The communications have been on point. And the moment Margot swings onto one, so will the rest of Galaxy Racer here. And this should be the round all said and done. Aluka finding 4 kills on this one. And yet again, coming closer and closer to a tie scoreline.
Oh wow, that is so big. That's so big for Galaxy Racer. It really feels like they could run away with the game, but we can never really count AEC out. I mean, for the side of AEC, no one's really popping off at the moment, and I think that's really hurting them in a way. They know what they want to do. You can see the thought process on their executes, but again, whenever you push into Ivory on that Viper, she is going to make it 1-for-1. And the moment she does that, it helps her team on that defense so much. We see right here in the next round, Alter Ego doesn't want to push against the Viper's pit. Can they find the plan and can they find the execute that you're looking for here on B?
That was a rifle dropped on over. Aya goes down without the trade, and that rifle could just be the difference right now. And it seems to be paying dividends for them as Inari lines up a nice double as she found Trix right after that entry here. And threading the needle with that shot, Hannah still somehow manages to make that work. Even with low HP, 38 on her. Now it's Ivory. This is going to be a tough retake, but if history has shown us anything, is that Galaxy Racer, very competent, very capable team when it comes to making these retakes happen. Oh, just Inari lining up a beautiful 4K, one after the other. She gets the taps in and cleanly done by Celeste.
Cleanly done. Inari finally getting the frags that she was looking for. This is really what they needed, right, in the first few rounds, but just couldn't find it. And now we have the swaps that's going to come out. So Alter Ego on the defense, it's really going to be on Galaxy Racer on how they want to approach this. I do say that they look better on defense because Ivory has been so good on finding the angles, using her Viper's wall, and getting those picks. It will be interesting to see how they work around her smokes on the attack.
The smokes have been quite crucial. A lot of the time, you saw it on the earlier half here. The smokes from Galaxy Racer, sorry, excuse me, from Celeste, really, I'd say, confusing Galaxy Racer. There were a lot of baited rotations off of the utility usage earlier on, but didn't really seem to fool them for now. Now it feels like they're selling water to a fish. It's going to be the switch of sides here. 7-5. Halftime score is decent from Galaxy Racer. Ayumi looking for the tag through the wall. Will be taken down quite low, and neither of them connecting. Aya will finally finish off what they started. Okay, you know what? I've had enough. You guys stop fighting, I'll end it. And now they go on towards the side here. 4v5. The spike will go down, but so will Aya as she tries to get that off. But still, time will be taken away here for the spike. And they're going to be trying to get onto it as Inari looking to swing, looking to find the first. The wall will come up as well, just to give them a little bit of time here to defuse. But Hannah from up close will be swinging on towards it. Late lure is also coming up right there from mid, but do they have the time? Do they have it? It's Ivory who gets the timing. Looking for one more and is unable to do it. It's Trix from up on above. Could line it up, but just doesn't get it, and she falls into the pit. Into the pit with 2 Vipers waiting in it. 2 snakes in the grass. Just, so unfortunate for Trix in that one.
That was chaos. That was the most chaotic I think I've seen from Alter Ego. I mean, the wall from Threatel there, it was her own, right? And then she didn't realize that there was a hole. I think she also got shocked as she was defusing the spike.
Heartbreaking. Like, Trix just fell into that, and there were 2 players like, hey guys, I'm just gonna pop right out, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think for Galaxy Racer, on the attacking side especially, we saw Viper's wall being used. They managed to get the plant in for that, but of course, Viper as an agent doesn't have that long running smokes, right? The moment the fuel is down, Galaxy Racer do have a problem.
I do agree, especially with shots like that. Those are big problems. Ayumi with 3 kills right now with a Sheriff, finding absolutely decisive wins. And Aries right there to turn things around though, and Ivory gets 1. Still falling away, no fadeaways. And especially after getting spotted like that, they know she's dead to rights here. 3 players on the other side. They even claim the orb right in her face just to add salt to the wound. But 9-5 here, Alter Ego Celeste have found themselves one step closer to double digits.
And you can feel that they are finding the tempo, right? Whenever Alter Ego starts to push out on defense, I always say that is when you know you are in trouble, because they are feeling it, they got the shots off, and suddenly Ayumi is on the board, not just Inari on that Guardian, but hey, it is working out for them, and they are holding a lot better compared to Galaxy Racer on this defense. And looking at how they're starting out again, Galaxy Racer still trying to go towards A, even though it has not really worked the last few times. They did manage to get the plan down on the very first round on the pistols, but so far, they're still trying to force this. They might rotate though, just trying to bait out utility.
It looks like they're committing to it, and I can't blame them. I think a lot of it is because they think that the advantage in weaponry here and the... Oh my god, what a shot from Inari. Yet again, using that angle completely to her advantage. Hannah will be spotted from up top. It's going to allow them a little bit more time to rotate and get into the site. No res available, not for a long time. And so, Tarathiel is going to be able to get that pickup onto Aya here. Still, the Viper's Pit, sorry, the Snake Bite will slow down the pace of the retake. Ivory getting 2, getting 3! And still looking to continue on this warpath. It's a tear for Ivory right now. Hannah will find the 2 final kills on the round, and just when you think things were gonna go topsy-turvy, Galaxy Racer managed to bring that round back.
Galaxy Racer, so good. Whenever they get weapons, you have to give credit to Trix, right, being the IGL. Sure, they may lose rounds and they eco, but when they come back, you know, I feel like the team always huddles together and they're like, you know, we got this, let's execute properly, we have rifles now. And Ivory on this Viper, once again, using that utility to push Alter Ego out of the site. And once again, they are hovering at A, so they might just do the same thing.
They're happy to go and try to go for A yet again. Ayumi, that's a big miss from her. A little bit uncharacteristic. She normally hits those little sitters of a shot here. The recon dart. Oh, Ayumi has to be be forced back. Try to take another pot shot here, but not going to be connecting once more. Aya working her way through this smoke. And it's really A is the choice of attack here for Galaxy Racer. They managed to wiggle their way into it. And the Viper Spit will support them as they try to entry onto it. This is still a very doable retake, however, for both teams. 2 ultimates still here for... Sorry, 1 ultimate, excuse me. That's Hannah's. That's the Hunter's Fury. They could be going for those post plants. Aluka will catch off Margot, who was going for that long flank. That's a big deal. And now, Alter Ego Celeste, they're going to have to dig deep and find their way within the Viper's Pit. But can they actually find the connections? Ayumi, this is tough. With an operator in the Viper's Pit, how can you even consider it? But Tarathiel is taking her down. 3 kills for her right now. Trix is coming up bigger with another double kill, and they have managed to find the definitive blow yet again onto Alter Ego Celeste.
Oh, that was so close. Even though Alter Ego lost 1, you really couldn't count them out. But, you know, they don't back off. They don't save. You would think that Ayumi wants to save the operator and, you know, push it to the next round. But no, she goes into the Viper's Pit. And Galaxy Racer knew that they had that ultimate for them. They really are using this Viper so well to push everyone out of AEC and then hold those post-plan angles. It looks like they are trying something different, going down mid because they don't have the ultimates anymore. They still have Hunter's Fury though. And on the side of AEC, 3 ultimates for them.
Yeah, it's a
Could
lot.
be game-changing for Tarathiel, especially with the rest.
A lot of ultimates to play with. Ayumi brought down a 10. They can't finish the job right now. No, they cannot. Not gonna land this time. Still 3 kills ahead. And Galaxy Racer primed and ready to take this A side. Aya has already worked her way through screens, and this mid take has been successful to say the least here. There is a res onto Tarathiel. I don't imagine they're going to use it this round. They're probably going to be saving it. That's going to be great timing from Aluka to cut off any ideas, any notions that Tarathiel had of approaching towards screens. And that's last shot will just seal the deal. Aya with another triple kill.
Yeah, the safe route for AEC. They're gonna come in with rifles next, but it does mean that, you know, going through their heads, what do they think about this A take? Because Galaxy Racer has not planted on B. Alright, they just keep going through A. In the last round, we saw them take some mid control. They used Sage's wall to block that off. And AEC have to figure out, you know, how are they going to retake A because it has not been working out for them. The scoreline now is so close. It's 9-8. And Galaxy Racer, they are looking to win the next one because that will even it up and their odds just gets higher and higher.
Galaxy Racer is looking sharp. They're looking honed on this attack. They have been, you know, they have a lot of good strats, and it's working out in their favor. The execution of it has actually been falling.
And not to mention, it is Alter Ego's map choice as
It is.
well.
Yeah, but this is why I said earlier on, Tanya, that even Galaxy Racer, they're confident on Icebox. These two teams, they're so good in terms of the map picks because they match up. Oh, Hunter's Fury. Not gonna find anyone for now. Neri will though. That's a big kill to find. That's Aya gone, and that Aya has been the bane of the existence of the Alter Ego Celeste side. Spots the shoulder, tries to peek through it. Hannah's in trouble. Can they bail her out? Doesn't look like it for now. Marco is gonna use that shrouded step to get around this corner, spamming through the box. Now her position's known, but still not able to get the kill here. As it's a 4v5 retake, still favoring Alter Ego Celeste, but the position and the time not in their favor for now as well. So 4v5, and Hannah even has the Hunter's Fury should it come to it. The wall is going to come up. They tried to bait it out. Now it does come in. And Neri's able to get that kill onto Aluka here. Margot as well. That's a tag, but can they follow up? It doesn't look like it because Ivory, the only one left, and she has the lineups. Doesn't matter because Neri will spray her down. 4 kills. No, she doesn't. The time. They run out. I could barely hear the ticking, but... Oh, played to perfection by Galaxy Racer. They had Ivory all the way towards mid, throwing out those snake bites. They had Hannah for the post plant with the Hunter's Fury, and Alter Ego Celeste. They just look rocked. They look stunned as to how to deal with it. Completely lost in that round.
Yeah, we are all our jaws just dropped because we thought that they got it. But if you look at the minimap, I saw Ivory hovering in mid, and the thing is, like a lot of the Viper lineups on that default plan is usually from their spawn side, right? It's usually at where the containers are, and she's just surprised with the long range Viper snake bites from mid. And both of the Hunter's Fury were used to try and get out time, but in the end, Galaxy Racer, so good, so clutch, managed to even it out. And
So
once
Re-
again, Tarathiel with Spectres on the side of AC.
Adjustment right there from Inari, gets one but does drop. Rez now coming into Rathiel, gets her teammate up. Still a 3v3. Time will tick away because they have the spike, but Tarathiel's doing work with the Spectre here. And Ayumi's right there with the follow-up. All up to Aloka. She swings wide, and it's a swing and a miss. It's Galaxy Racer. They give up the double digits to Alter Ego Celeste. 3 rounds away, Alter Ego Celeste find themselves at taking their own map.
All our hearts are racing. Because I believe it was in the final as well in FSL Open 5 where Icebox was really close, and the stats really say it all, right? It's a 50-50 whether you're on attack or defense, and these teams are just proving it. I mean, round after round, you think Alter Ego weren't affected by that? Oh no, they came right back and they played so clean. And once again, we see Galaxy Racer here at A. They didn't manage to get it the last time around. It seems like Alter Ego might have figured out how to combat there at A because they're already pushing out in mid, and the Rathiel might find them from behind. But no, she's just gonna wall it off to prevent any mid pushes. But we do see Inari already walking over, trying to support them.
Look at this early game information that was gathered by Alter Ego Celeste. They pushed B, they pushed mid, finding nobody there. They must have inferred that everybody is towards that A site, and they would have inferred correctly. Because now they've spotted out everybody here from Galaxy Racer. Now Bolt's in their court. How are they going to deal with this push?
The thing is, Galaxy Racer is playing a bit slower, so that could be to their advantage, but they just lost one man, and as I said, another one drops. There's a hole in the wall that I recreated just now, and that's gonna allow them to rotate.
Yeah, massive kills to find there. And they still have that ulti from Ivory. She does have Viper Spit. She can utilize it, but she gets sprayed down, almost going down. The fact that she stays alive is massive right here. And it allows
9 HP.
9 HP. It allows him to get that plant off and stay alive through it. But if she goes down on a wall bang, that's going to be the Viper Spit gone from the equation. Frick still has that showstopper should it come to it. No ultimates from Celeste here, but they're working their way onto site. Margot has found herself onto the spike, trying to tap it, but Ayumi's the one to get that kill onto Hannah. Showstopper now will not connect, but Ivory with a triple, a quadra, looking for the ace here. We've seen 4 kills all day long. We've seen a couple of aces, but with Ivory, can she get the ace on 9 HP? No, denied. 26 onto Margot, and it's all up to Trick, swinging wide, but it's Margot yet again to find the kill. Up onto Galaxy Racer, taking 11 and stunning everybody once more.
Oh my gosh, Margot, the courage to stick to that. I mean, her timing was perfect, right? She baited them out. She lured Galaxy Racer out of cover. And wow, just look at the replay again. That flick and that swing. And again, another flick on the headshots. I mean, granted, your Galaxy Racer were low on HP already, but so was Margot. She wasn't full. And really, it's courage just to stick on that. And timing as well.
Oh my god, wow, just Margot yet again. One of the players, we've said this time and time again, one of the most reliable players in the entire FSL here.
Absolutely. The thing about Alter Ego Celeste is that they can always rely on every single player, even though maybe one person is not finding the frags or someone is off on that day, but everyone steps up, and that's what really that you need, right, in order to claim a championship.
Yeah, indeed. Still, it's a good entry onto site. Iceberg good for 1. Ivory's right here with a trade-off. Good flash, and it's a great follow-up onto that flash. Margot, clean up crew. And that's the duty done. Match point for Alter Ego Celeste. They're 1 round away from taking up their map up against Galaxy Racer, and they're doing a swimmingly job at it. They're doing swimmingly at it. There you go.
Match point.
Woo, what a
Well,
game.
no one is swimming here. It is all ice.
Yeah, except maybe the penguins at the very top of the map.
It is match point for Galaxy, for Alter Ego. So Galaxy Racer again, yeah, hovering again at A. It is a puzzle, right? They're trying to figure out how to approach this, and do they take mid control or do they not? When they tried to, they had a wall up, and then when they rotated to B, Margot was so clutch there. So Alter Ego, you can see them already pushing out at B, Margot and Inari. So the moment they get information on where Galaxy Racer is, I think everyone's going to rotate, and Margot might find the flank that she's looking for.
Lot of information given right here. As Galaxy Racer, they've actually taken the A side, but towards the flank, Margot yet again. Always with the good timings on the flanks. Griggs, able to line up a good one onto Inari, but that's all she gets. The trade is immediate. Margot to follow up. Spike can't even be planted right here. Pop it on up, but it's whack-a-mole right there as Ayumi gets that kill onto Hannah. Iceberg to follow it through, and that's going to be the 13 now. And Galaxy Racer come close, but just unable to find the finishing blow yet again. They struggle to close out these games here, Tanya.
They really did, but wow, my heart is still racing from there because they put up such a good fight. And when we see these two teams clash, it's always like, are Galaxy Racer better or are Alter Ego? Did they level up as well, right? You know, how close are these games? And I think this is the best showing that we've seen for Galaxy Racer. I mean, compared to the grand finals of FSL Open 5, I feel like they are more together, they are sharper, their teamwork definitely improved. So it is a good showing, and I think they can still have that confidence, you know, going into the next map.
It's a lot that they have to come back from. Heart-wrenching and heartbreaking for Galaxy Racer, as they have come so close. It just came down to all those clutches. Let's talk about Margot. So many vital rounds that she won for her team. It has to be said, always that reliable player. And on the other side, you have just Trix really being a dominant player, you know, even when it comes to those post-plant situations. And same that applies, you know, one of the players that we looked at, Ivory, almost coming up with that ace clutch. So many
Amazing.
rounds that came down to the wire. And sure, this ended up with a 13, I think, 9 final scoreline, but we could have actually gone to overtime if things played out the way they did.
Yeah, but I also feel like for the side of Galaxy Racer being so dependent on this Viper, I mean, as we saw Ivory popping up on defense, popping off on offense as well with those beautiful snake back lineups. But at the end of the day, you know, they can't really just rely on Ivory. They need everyone to step up. Trix was really trying to, IR as well. But eventually, it is also Ego. Every single member there counts.
Yeah, I agree here. We're going to take a little bit of a break. Once we come back, though, game number 2 coming up. Can Galaxy Racer bounce back? They have shown the tenacity previously, but Alter Ego Celeste unrelenting as ever. Will the comeback happen, or will it be another sweep to the grand finals for Alter Ego Celeste? We'll find out after this. Welcome back, ladies and gents. Valorant Game Changers, and we're back with another one coming up for you. Game 1 was all we could have asked for and more, Tanya May. How exciting was that? It ended up with a little bit of I'd say complete run over by Alter Ego Celeste, but Galaxy Racer certainly gave them a run for their money.
Absolutely. Oh, my heart is actually still racing from that. Can you believe? It was so exciting. And we see the scoreboard here. It really was on this Ivory on Viper. She already showed up so big for her team in the matches before, not just against Alter Ego, but the fact that she can do this against Alter Ego. Look at her stats, you know, combat score highest even more than any of her duelists. You know, the way that she played around her smokes, her utility, her timing was so good. And she's just a master on this Viper. And at the same time, don't want to count out Alter Ego. Inari, maybe first few rounds didn't really get the frags that she was looking for, but eventually popped off. But Margot was the one who really secured the last few rounds for her team.
Look, Margot, this is the thing I always notice about Margot, man. When she starts to get a read on the
Hmm.
opposing team, she just knows how to get in between behind enemy lines. She knows how to play behind them. She finds the sneaky angles where they wouldn't check. She has this next
Yeah.
level game sense that you just don't expect. And sure, Inari might be the top fragger, but when it came to those
Mm.
very crucial kills, it was all about Margot and finding those beautiful frags.
Yeah, I mean, how many times did we see Margot and Ivory go from the back, meet each other from across A and B at their spawn, and shoot at each other? And someone, one of these women will have won the duel, and that really helps their team so
Oh
much.
yeah.
There was so many times it happened.
I think that just this level of intelligence and the ability of Margot to make plays, it comes from one place, and that's Alter Ego Celeste placing utter and complete trust in their controller to go ahead and lurk, because when you're the controller like that, a lot of the setups, especially on the attacking side, rely on you. And if you're like the Omen and you die at the very start, especially on a lurk, it's not good because you lack so much utility to take the rounds. But Margot, she doesn't drop a beat, man. She just keeps hitting it, and that's why she's our heads up right now, up against Ivory. These two players, truly, I think, showing us why there's shining examples of why the controllers can be so impactful in every single in these games here, like what we saw from Ivory earlier with that almost ace and with so many clutches for her team. Same thing with Margot.
Yeah, but the stat that really stands out to me right here is the hit shots, because you line it up with the clip that we saw in the replay where Margot flicked onto 2 hits just to get the defuse off in time, and that's really where it counts, right? At the end of the day, sure, Ivory is great at using her utility, but Margot there with the hit shots and the clutch plays.
Yeah, clutching is just their forte here, and if you are in a situation where you have like 1 or 2 players left alive, you're gonna want Ivory up there. That play, let's go
Yeah.
back on that one. That last play with Ivory and I think Ivory and Hannah just throwing out the Hunter's Fury and Ivory coming out from mid. That was a
Yeah.
very well structured attacking side from
Yes.
Galaxy Racer. However, eventually towards the end of that, those attacks got sniffed out, and understood completely and broken down, dissected, dismantled by the side of Alter Ego Celeste. Now, coming into this next map, this is a more of a comfort pick for Galaxy Racer. I do
Yeah, it
believe they have a
is.
much better chance at taking this one, especially to a game number 3.
Yeah, the mental has to be so strong, because even though they lost the first map, and I know you said it was heartbreaking, but they still have to feel really good about themselves, because what they've shown on Icebox is very different from what we've seen them play in previous opens. We can see that they have evolved. They are trying to approach the sites very differently. That's what you said. Ivory was in mid, actually throwing out the snake bites. We see some creativities like that. It opens up so much, and that's why I'm really, really excited for Bind, because that's where the controllers are going to be really important, and it could make the difference between win or lose.
Look, I just think that when push comes to shove here, you got two of the best teams in the region, in the entire SEA, and sure, it looks like the raid boss right now, Alter Ego Celeste, but they have a weakness. It might be tiny, and it
might
feels
be.
like you're playing Dark Souls up against them, and you have to find a tiny window to even get an attack in. But they are showing that they can bleed. They have lost rounds. They have lost games before. One of those was on Icebox. So unfortunately for Galaxy Racer, that window has passed. That ship has sailed. But they might be able to find yet again another opportunity to take us into game number 3 if they can find that crack in the defense, the crack in the armor of Alter Ego Celeste.
And use the map, to their advantage as much as possible, because the last time that Alter Ego actually played fine was in, I think it was Open 4 in the grand final against Oasis. Sure, they won, but it's been a very long time. I think it's about 2 months since we've
they
seen
lost.
them play. So,
When was the last time that Alter Ego dropped a map? I scarcely even remember. That's the thing. They're just so on point.
it was in that same series, in Open 4 in the grand final, because they perfect run Open 5.
That's It is what it is. So, Galaxy Racer, can they find the chink in the armor, the tiny dent that they can use to expose Galaxy Alter Ego Celeste here? We'll find out here as we go into the Agent Select itself. And we're finding ourselves once more on Bind. Tanya May, take us through it. What do we got on our hands?
I'm very curious as to what Alter Ego will choose because, as I said, last time we saw them, it was July, right, where they played Vine. And there they ran Brimstone, they ran Cypher. Um, and those were really the two picks that stand out to me, besides Raze, Sage, and the usual Sova, which every team runs. But here we have, wow, hovering something new already on that Viper at Astra, which I think is a pick that not many teams here in FSL Game Changers have shown, but Astra has been very big in other regions. For Southeast Asia as a whole, Astra is actually the fourth most Asian picked. And if you watch NA as well as Korea, VCT, she is like the third pick, most agent
Select
in
your
terms of
agent.
controllers. So wow, we already getting something new. I'm excited that they locked it in. They also locked in the Viper. Wow, Alter
Uh,
Ego is really showing us something creative.
If Alter Ego Celeste go ahead and pick up this double initiator, double controller lineup, yeah, we're gonna be in for a little bit of a treat here. Okay, they actually do lock it in. So guys, double initiator, double controller on Alter Ego Celeste with just one duelist. This means one thing and one thing alone. They are going to be hella setting up for that duelist to run amok and just completely take things under her control here. This is all going to be basically support this duelist, make her successful, allow her to get those opening frags, get all the information in the world, and set her up for success.
Well, at least they have one duelist, right? I was thinking like maybe they wouldn't even draft one, but they did. They're bringing out one duelist at the very least on Vine. And on the side of Galaxy Racer, I believe they stuck to their two duelist composition, which they're very comfortable on. They really need tricks as far as I on those duelists. And they're usually running the Sova, but Brim as well, something new that we have not seen.
Time now to begin with a second game in the second series. Galaxy Racer hope to take us to game number 3 against the Titans, the favored, and the ever-dominant Alter Ego Celeste. Galaxy Racer, one of the top contenders here, but they haven't found that magic touch, that finish
There.
up against the number 1 team just yet, but they could have their moment in the sun. They could have the glory coming in. Iceberg completely caught off guard as the snake bite was lined up. Perfect timing right there for Aya. And Aya's still working that backside here. Could actually get the sneak up onto Tarathiel as they peek her out. And it's going to be another follow-up. Staying alive for now, but Hannah eventually closes it out. That's a 2-man advantage for Galaxy Racer here. Make that... No, they're going to be whittling down away because Inari with the utility usage and the quick hits, really great work, followed by a good flash from Margot. Lapse is cleared. All up to Alaka, who gets a dink, but that's all after that kill. Ayumi will secure this one. Alter Ego Celeste, they find the pistol.
Oh my goodness, playing against Alter Ego. Galaxy Racer got a great pick off of Iceberg. I mean, just as she was trying to throw out a snake bite, they went in, they got the dash in on Jet, and I don't know how, but somehow even though you get a pick off Alter Ego, you still don't win the round. And that's extremely worrying.
Yeah, I mean, if you start off strong with a 2-man advantage, you should be able to really lock those down. But I do have to point it out. It's the utility usage from Inari and the follow-up flashes from Ayumi. So good. They were able to completely take down Galaxy Racer's post-plant setup, just forcing them into awkward positions, into taking duels that they had no business doing, and should not have been taking, because Alter Ego forced those errors. Galaxy Racer on that one, they had to yield, and they eventually yielded the round.
Yeah, they got the spike down as well. It's just that the post-plant, it was a little bit chaotic, as you said. The smokes went down, they couldn't see what was happening. And Alter Ego managed to get those off angles on them, and really quickly we already got a technical timeout. So Galaxy Racer, I guess they recognized that, yeah, they opened up that round really well, but the post plant was not there, and they really need to get it perfect right from start to end. And looks like they are gonna hover around B, so it might be a different type of execute that we're gonna see right here.
Yeah, it's another forced buy that we're actually seeing. Galaxy Racer confident that they can take this one. So they want to really stick it to Alter Ego Celeste and force them into a very awkward spot. Good utility, so much utility being used here. But Margot somehow comes up clean with that one. Now there's 3 people on the other side of it. Another flash being lined up by Ayumi. And it's a lineup, it's good lineup. Not enough damage being done to take those kills. Still, it's being worked out here by Galaxy Racer that they do have 1 man up. 3 Spectres, 2 Spectres and 1 Judge. That's all that stands in their way. But the teleport's now coming in. They're heading towards A. There still is 2 players to contend with. Tarathiel right around this corner. That lineup with Vorax, that one way, it works so well as she finds 2. And is able to get out of that situation, finding herself in a good spot.
Yeah, Alter Ego did not over-rotate, which really is the key here. They kept their men, their women rather, right, on both sides, and they spotted out the teleporter. For
30
Galaxy
seconds
Racer,
left.
it's gonna cost them a lot if they don't win this because they committed to Spectres and 25 shields.
Enemy down.
Oh, Aluka with the long flank. Good for 1. Hannah, information onto where Tarathiel is. Cannot line up the shot. 4 kills for Tarathiel. And
Yeah.
what a hold.
What a hole it really was on her. She did not rotate. She kept Bath. She was waiting there for them. Used the Viper smokes from her teammate. Iceberg there activated it at Bath. Used the cover. I think it really just threw Galaxy Racer off guard. They couldn't see her.
2 rounds now have Alter Ego Celeste found. Only Sheriffs really in tow for Galaxy Racer. They can hit their shots, sure, but the coordination and the crossfires have just been immaculate, to say the least, from Alter Ego Celeste.
Another save round from Galaxy Racer. They try to approach this the same way like they did in the previous round, but they do not have the guns this time around. So getting 1 or 2 picks off might be enough. That's really the best that they can hope for.
Yeah. I mean, a spike plant would be great as well. It's a little bit tough to ask, especially when Alter Ego Celeste has such a lockdown on this B site. They even have Inari working her way through. Oh my god, the timing just goes her way right now. Now the B site will be hit. Ayumi is unable to, well, land the first couple of shots, but eventually will connect. Trix is there. Really good shot with the Sheriff. Gets around the corner just in the nick of time. Now the flank comes into fruition. Inari finds that kill onto Hannah just as the teleport comes out. But the spike has been dropped in a very awkward spot. Aluka and Trix, they're making it happen. They have the kills. They have the shots right now. But it's still a 3v2. And the spike has to be reclaimed from Inari, who has a Judge and a Classic in her hands. Now Trix, waiting for the backup, doesn't get the timing right. And so this is still the spike in their control. Aluka doesn't have time, 12 seconds left. They're gonna have to push this hard. They're gonna have to get onto the site here. But with the star slowing them down, it's gonna be very, very tough to do it at all, if they can even make it happen. Aluka has to pick up 1, has to pick up 2, not gonna be allowed to do it as Tarathiel gets the trade. And Ivory in a 1v1 with Tarathiel. The controllers, the Molly comes out, not gonna stall. Not gonna stall at all because Tarathiel has wiggled her way onto site. Now towards the back, it's gonna be Ivory with a beautiful Sheriff. 1 tap on the scalp of Tarathiel to get Galaxy Racer an eco win.
That is a huge round for Galaxy Racer. At the start we were saying, maybe they'll get 1 or 2 kills. Planting the spike is going to be a long shot, but wow. AUC actually didn't commit a lot of utility there. They knew where Galaxy Racer was on that long at B, but they didn't commit too much utility, which I think gave Galaxy Racer that much of an opening. They took a step and they took a mile, really, at the end of it, and Tarathiel did her best, but it was a 1v1, 50-50. She didn't even stick to the spike, right? She just tried to peek and just couldn't get it off.
Here.
The moment that Spike actually went, hold that thought. Tarathiel has the rifle in her hands, but taken down to 10 HP. No way to heal her up for now. We'll be regrouping with Ayumi for those heals. The moment that spike went down towards that B long after that flank, I thought that that was the round for Alter Ego Celeste. But Galaxy Racer holding that composure, you know, making those Sheriff work in very tight angles, just goes to show that there is a lot of finesse in this Galaxy roster. Oh,
Yeah,
there's the
ultimate
dash in
wise.
already. Aya is going to be leading the charge here as they do get onto site. Seekers to maybe slow down the pace. Arathiel will hold the line, but not for long as the line falls apart. It's going to be that A site under contention. Margot is able to get that lurker. Aluka is being punished, and Aries looking for the double, but it's Ivory with a 180 to finally punish that miss. Now still a 2v3, low HP onto Ivory still. And Margot, Ayumi, and Iceberg, they've been fantastic on the retakes. They have information. That's a double initiator and a controller. That's what you
30
want
seconds
on a retake here, but Galaxy Racer not giving them an inch. 1 HP, but Trix is good for 2. And now it's a 1v1. If anyone can clutch this, we know it's Trix. But up against Iceberg, she prevails once more. And it's Trix with a triple kill here to bring us to round number 4, 2-2.
Oh, it's only round 4 and it's already heating up. Oh, these 1v1s right at the end of every round.
How are they so close?
I don't know. How are they supposed? It's like when you think Galaxy Racer gets a pick and it's to their advantage, and then it's not, and then it swings over to Alter Ego's advantage, and then at the end of the round it becomes a 1v1. Oh,
We are being taken on a ride
roller
here,
coaster.
Tanya. They do not look like they're gonna slow down any point. Neri, aggressive play onto Aya. That's already a big frag to find. A lot of money invested in that kill. I mean, in that player. Aya went down with a Vandal. They're gonna try to remove that. Throw it away just to make sure they don't have access to it.
Especially since Alter Ego are broke, so rifle advantage to Galaxy Racer. Well, Alter Ego have to contend with those pistols and just a little bit of utility.
That's another pick they've found with the Sheriff yet again. And the Sheriffs are just doing work. These guys, these two teams, they keep echoing each other. The orbital strike will not connect. Ivory gets out of dodge just before she gets planted, before planting. And still they have to fight for this position. 5 players, all here, everyone from Celeste. They're here right now. Aluka is able to get the first one. And on this eco, how is this eco round so intense? This is just an eco round. Alter Ego Celeste, calm down. Aluka's right here to bring balance in the universe for now. 3v3, Hunter's Fury going to be deployed. It's good for now because Tarathiel lines up 1. Hannah's able to bring it back, and so does Ivory. 2v1. She's got the world to work with. Her teammates got her back. Margot, one of the best clutchers we've seen here. But can she find another clutch against 2 players on Galaxy Racer?
Yeah, she is trying to clear those angles on the far end of the map, but so far Galaxy Racer are completely denying information. She doesn't know where anyone is. It's so hard.
Yeah, there's just no way.
Revealing area.
I like that they
That's
double up in
not
lamps
vulnerable.
here. And it actually gives information onto where
Yeah.
1 is. But the swings, the trades are just gonna be so quick. Margot
Margot!
lands a beautiful shot onto Hannah.
One more!
And she
Oh
lines up
my
another Margot!
God!
How has she done it yet again?
Oh!
She has the time.
Does she have
to
time?
have it.
Does she? Oh,
Never give up.
0.19, Tanya May. 0.19.
gosh.
And with
All right.
another beautiful Sheriff kill, she does it once more.
0.19 is twice as long as 0.08 that we saw yesterday. Oh my gosh, but wow. Look at this replay. How did Ivory miss that? Oh, that was so heartbreaking. I mean, it feels like whenever these teams are on eco, they level up. Like the players level up. It's like, oh, I don't really have a rifle, but it's okay. I'm gonna be sharper, right? And the round tends to go to the other team instead.
That was a shot, a couple of shots and a half for Margot. He's just got those clutch genes, you know? Something about Margot just knows how to work those 1vx situations. Oh man, big miss right there. Tarathiel is able to capitalize. This Aya is going to go down with those blades in her hands. Nothing to chop up for now. Flash coming in from the back. And Ivory left stunned here. Ayumi with a big double. The aggressive play pays off. All up the tricks. Beautiful shot. Flash coming in. Works from in front of it. But Ayumi will be the one to claim her scalp. Triple kill yet again for Ayumi here.
Yeah, AC knew that they could go on aggressive because of the gun difference. That was quite an easy round for them, where you feel like seriously didn't have much to work with. But I have to say that the Brimstone pick is working out a little bit better, because now you can see they get more plants down. They have more more reliable smokes to work with, rather than just a Viper on that icebox. So a little quick adaptation based on the map, and it's gonna be interesting to see if they can take more rounds than they did compared to the first map because of this.
The Viper's Pit being deployed immediately here towards short. 4 ultimates available for Alter Ego Celeste. I'd be a little bit surprised if they didn't take this one out. Oh, okay. Hunter's Fury not gonna connect. Viper's, that's gonna be the... Okay, Showstopper misses as well as the Hunter's Fury. Tarathiel lines up a double. That's towards bathrooms. And suddenly Galaxy Racer on the back foot once more. This round already looking like it's crumbling apart.
Yeah, they wasted 2 ultimates there. Couldn't really get any picks off, but it means that they want to push against this Viper's Pit. I think they're just gonna have to rotate.
Yeah, they're just
Right,
gonna have
we
to get out
see them
of
doing
dodge.
so already, but Iceberg is on their tail.
Oh my god, look how fast that she's already going on. It's gonna be the dash in. Margot up onto the side here. They haven't checked her. But now they know she's here. That's a crucial kill for Aya. She's pretty low on HP though, and the flash could be almost immediate. The flank, excuse me, could be immediate. Aluka with a Guardian, able to light it up onto Ayumi. Smokes herself out of there and is able to get out of dodge. The camera just to get information as well. And in this 2v2, it's brought down to a 2v2 yet again as Tarathiel finds the kill. 3 for her, looking for the 4th. As Hannah is the last person standing, doesn't have a lot of utility left, has 2 shock darts. But with that spike, TikTok in a way, she's gonna stick it.
Oh.
Beautiful kill from Hannah. Working that long angle, spots the barrel of the gun, and Hannah yet again will emerge victorious. Finding the clutch from Galaxy Racer. These rounds, Tanya, they're going down to the wire.
Illustrator, my heart can't take it. These rounds are really 1v1s, and oh my gosh. These teams are really pushing each other, and the fact that it's a brand new map as well, I think we're seeing chaos, right? Really, Alter Ego could not really find the kind of like step-by-step play that they want to do. They're being pushed by Galaxy on the peaks and on the utilities here. They have, oh, I don't know, it's a struggle. This really could go the way of Galaxy Racer, and I think all the fans are really hoping that that would be the case.
Everybody wants to see somebody make it difficult for Alter Ego Celeste and Galaxy Racer. That bastion of hope that they're holding on to.
Be the biggest upset if they do it, but we are still 3-4, so not really counting out any team just yet. Looks like we're gonna go back to the more slower play. Galaxy Racer getting the first pick already.
There is the spike going down. Be faking it for now just to bait out some utility. But that's a lot of map control that Galaxy Racer do not have. Flash comes through, Aya holds close. Aya holds strong and firm as Galaxy Racer once again will use those angles, that disadvantage in the map, and turn it into an advantage here. They found themselves in a 1v4, a convincing win from Galaxy Racer in this round. Margot's got to turn tail and save. She can make clutches happen, she can make magic happen, but it looks like there will be no Houdini today.
Yeah, first time in a very long time that I've actually seen Alter Ego save. Wow. Something new.
Down.
Oh!
Shot down.
Well, they know where she is, and they're gonna hunt for her. 79 HP. She's gonna survive, and I think that's gonna be it.
Yeah, she got this. But it does mean that economy-wise, the fact that Margot had to save that means that Alter Ego are themselves in a pinch once again, because
I need my
it's the first time in this series as well, I think, that Galaxy Racer has really evened it out. They came really close at Icebox. It was 1 round difference, but this time, ooh, it really is anyone's game.
Yeah, I agree completely. Such a close game. But Galaxy Racer have been finding, I'd say, the rhythm. They've been finding the groove to go up against Alter Ego Celeste and their aggression. Now, they're going to be working B here. And there's a lot of anti-flanks here. So this double push from Alter Ego Celeste might not actually yield to very much. In fact, it might just weaken the rest of the site. There are still 2 players here, and there's 1 rifle, and that's in the hands of Margot. So this is literally the best place to put it for now here. As it looks like the entrance onto the site is going to be committed. Margot will give it up, and they're going to be playing for retake right now, as every member of Alter Ego Celeste will be buried way, way back behind spawn.
You're gonna have to figure out how they're gonna take those pistols. And already Margot with the rifle goes down, so that really lowers their odds right here. But hey, we have seen teams win on these ecos miraculously. Can Alter Ego pull it off?
What a
and
flash.
Yumi already.
It's a good flash peek, but Baby Aulica playing the smoke to her advantage. Really well done. Only 3 players still here for Alter Ego Celeste, all working that backside. But Hannah and Aya, clean house, do the due diligence. Take up Galaxy Racer, finally taking an advantage in the series.
Incredible, incredible. This is the first time that we see Galaxy Racer up in this series. I mean, that already is an achievement, because how many teams in this competition can say that they took the lead against Alter Ego, right? Like, I don't think we can even count it on one hand. It's less than that.
Yeah, very few
Oh.
and far in between, Tanya May. I agree with you completely. The economy is really good here for Galaxy Racer. Can't say the same thing for Alter
Very
Ego Celeste.
comfortable. Oh,
They can
technical
probably afford to
timeout.
lose, what, 2 or 3? Maybe
Yes.
in a row before they have to... No, maybe 1. They'll probably be able to lose 1 and still have enough.
Yeah.
Maybe 2.
I feel like this technical timeout is really important for Alter Ego. As mentioned, it's the first time they find themselves down in a round, and they really haven't been able to hold the sights. They've been falling left, right, and center, and the rotates, they try and pull it off, but hasn't been happening. Not successful on those rotates. They're gonna have to come up with a new strategy, and this Brimstone from Ivory, the smokes are really opening up the site for Galaxy Racer. That's why they've been getting the plants down, and the post-plant holes have been really good for them. I would say even better than what they showed on Icebox.
Oh, yeah. It's a straight-up hit towards that A site, though. Gravity well, no utility on top of it, but still enough to slow the pace. We're going to be committing fully to this. Orbital strike not going to connect, but Hannah will. And that's going to be Tarathiel with a reflag, and things are just going fast as they can be. Iceberg spotting out the shoulder of Baby Aulica right there, and the Hunter's Fury will force him out of position. Aya has to go and teleport out, and that's going to be B. But B's completely open, actually. This might work out in their favor. That Hunter's Fury might have actually hurt Celeste more than it helped, as they still have to deal with Baby Aulica, who is still lingering around that A site. Oh man, what a shot from Aya, what a shot from Trix to finish off that round. Galaxy Racer found themselves on 6, and they've secured a tie halftime score. Can they find more? Can they find an 8-4? Maybe 7-5? Either way, it's Galaxy Racer looking solid on their map pick.
And that's a really key win, because again, Alter Ego's economy is in shambles. They couldn't get it off the round. They had rifles, and they just can't seem to deal, If Brimstone puts down the 2 default smokes, and then after that they still have to contend with Baby Aulica smokes, and it just cuts off so much information. They don't really know what to do. And with the rotate as well, couldn't respond to that.
Yeah. 4 sheriffs now on Alter Ego Celeste side. This could
One
be Galaxy
Spectre.
Racer. Yeah, 1 Spectre, and this could be enough to secure Galaxy Racer that 7-5 at least that they do want. Look at the flank. Look at how quick that is. Ayumi's already right behind them, and Ayumi gets a pick up onto Ivory here. Flash will come out as well as the Seekers, but they've dealt with it so well. A little bit premature there for Ayumi to double
Yeah.
down on that aggression, but still, it is 1 pick that they have found that they wouldn't have found otherwise. And it's Margot now to hold the line here towards Hookah. They might not see, they might not check her. She is not spotted for the moment. False sense of security as they work their way in. It's a good shot. Margot finding one, but that's all she wrote for now. Paint Shell will come in and try to slow them down here, but will it really matter though? Because Galaxy Racer, they found their way. They've made a beeline towards that B side. Can they find the stinging blow as Iceberg can hold this one? Not going to be landing those shots for now as they have the Cosmic Divide as well. I don't imagine they'll elect to use it unless they get a pick off right now. Hannah does, and so does Tarathiel. It's a quick trade-off, but Inari has found her way into the site. She's working her way into it. And it's going to be the beautiful double peek from Tarathiel and Inari. A round that should have never been yet again will be found. And how are these ecos just manifesting for Celeste?
How do they win rounds that they're not supposed to win? And this is very important for Alter Ego. Because if not, they would have to be saving again, and it will put them back, what, 2 rounds? But here they are. I mean, that clutch by the team just saved their economy. And now they have rifles, and they can really make this work, but... Wow. I mean, you can see that timing-wise, they are having some trouble because of all the smokes that's coming out. You know, they are denied so much information when Galaxy Racer attacks. And that's what's throwing them off.
I agree. Galaxy Racer just not ready for the constant barrage of aggression being thrown their way by Alter Ego Celeste. Even the lurk play from Baby Aluka is getting punished here. So this is going to throw a wrench in the plans of Alter Ego Celeste. The rotation to B is going to be so difficult because Margot and Ayumi, it's going to be stifling them for now, but the play is towards A. There are still players here towards Showers. They might not actually check for Iceberg, but they do. Trix finds her, sniffs her out, and that's going to be the A site secured. They get the plant on top of it, so the aggressive play doesn't pay out for Alter Ego Celeste, but they do have a plant for Galaxy Racer, and if they can win on very awkward eco rounds, they can win on full buys right now. So Tarathiel will find that shot down onto Ivory. Hunter's Fury to get some information lands onto nobody just yet here. A little bit premature, and the Cosmic Divide is able to slow them down even more. Now Tarathiel working her way into it, supported by the Trailblazer, pushing her way onto the site, doesn't find anything. Aya shuts her down here as it's still a 2v4 into Lamps. Margot once more, the last man standing, will find another, almost finding a third here. 2 players standing between her and victory. Doesn't land the shot, and it's going to be too many tries before she goes down there. Was given a second chance, a third, a fourth, but that's all she can get.
If I'm not wrong, the Cosmic Divide didn't actually separate the bomb, right? Which is why Alter Ego found themselves trying to push up beyond their own Cosmic Divide, which created a really awkward situation. But it's the first time that we see Astra in play. Not many teams like to pick her, and this Cosmic Divide is kind of like a double-edged sword because if you place it wrong, it's really bad for your team. But that's it, round 12. Galaxy Racer leading by 2. I mean, they are going to be feeling so good about this, and they're really trying to ride the momentum all the way to the end. And for the side of Alter Ego, on defense, you know, they didn't push out, and they got punished for just not holding the sites that well, but the only time where they actually were successful is when they pushed out on defense. We're going to have to see now with the swap, how are they going to approach it, because they might be better on attack, and they might be able to take those rounds away from Galaxy Racer right here.
Cage triggered.
They still have a lot of time to work with. 1 minute to decide. A little bit more than that, actually. Iceberg will be healing her teammate up. Sorry, will be healed by her teammate, excuse me, as it's just an inquisitive push. A little bit of a poke and prod here towards that B side. Trying to bait people out into the open. Trying to use those flashes, trying to use utility. But now they have information. Aluka is able to get a dink in, but can't get the kill onto Margot, onto Inarity rather. The shock dart does do work. Look at this, so much damage from the shock darts. But because Ayumi has that heal, it's going to allow them to stabilize their lifeline for now. Trix is working the back angle here. Hannah is able to close it out onto Inari, who was already low, and that's a big frag to find. The spray down from Aya, it's good for now. The trade as well from Tarathiel. So 3 players still on this post plant. Can they isolate? Can they dissect them? Despite hasn't gotten happened at all because everybody's swinging towards long. Once that information was gathered from Galaxy Racer, they all peek out and claim the round. It's a great pistol win from Galaxy Racer.
Yeah, towards the end of the round, you saw all of Alter Ego Celeste at this log. They all clamped up there, and you're just like, that's not the post plant angles that they really wanted to hold, but due to the utility that Galaxy Racer has, it really pushed them out of the site. And momentum still on the side of Galaxy Racer. I mean, Alter Ego, again, I can't believe I'm saying this. I feel like I haven't said like Alter Ego and eco in the same sentence for like
Feels
ever.
weird. It doesn't really roll
Yeah, it
off the
feels weird.
tongue, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Alter ego? Eco? What are you talking about?
Oh.
But, you know, even on an eco, they're deadly. But not when Aya's hitting shots like this. They're just going down. Galaxy Racer holding strong defensively. Pain Shell will force out lamps, but still, that's a lot of targets. Now they actually even know where Margot is holding. Gonna spot it out. They're gonna try to spray her down, and she is dead to rights. Already gone from this 5v2. If Galaxy Racer manage to keep everyone alive, it's gonna be a massive boost for their confidence and for their economy.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, baby Alaka
Spike
yet again to
down
find
A.
another. Inari, 34 HP. Not gonna be today.
Oh, beautiful, flawless round from Galaxy Racer. Honestly, this map shows you why Alter Ego always bans it, right? They had a choice to ban Bind, which they usually do.
But they went for
they
Haven.
chose to ban Haven this time around because they are up against Galaxy Racer and they are pretty strong in their map as well, but the cracks in the armor are really showing on this one.
I agree. And it seems like Galaxy Racer are drawing the veil on the weakness of Alter Ego Celeste. They have been exposing a couple of weaknesses here and there. And the teamwork really starting to shine through. This double setup here. Oh no, she can't get out. That's it.
Oh.
Updraft a little too late. And that's going to be a beautiful double swing right there. Unable to land it. Hannah is able to bring one back. 47 HP on Tarathiel. Low HP. Has to fall back. Taking that advantage. Running away with that. That's enough. Okay, you've done your job. You've gotten 2 pickoffs. Let's go somewhere else.
Yeah, but that somewhere else is where Brimstone's smokes are, and they only have a minute left. Alter Ego can still rotate if they want to. They haven't quite committed to A, but Viper's wall has been laid down there, so it might be doing it to buff. Yeah, we see 2 of them push
Oh
in.
no, Hannah. Hannah gets the timing. Hannah gets the kill.
Oh.
Fortunate timing for her. And that's going to make them second guess themselves right here. It's a good lurk all the way out. That cleared out so much. A lot of information given for Galaxy Racer. Can Celeste do the work? Can they actually get the plant off? It's looking like a yes. They
30
all stack up
seconds.
towards bathrooms. That's a lot of real estate for Galaxy Racer. They're all funneled into this one area. And this is a very difficult post-plant situation. Alka finds the first. One of the 2 remaining last players standing. It's Ayumi to be the last person here to draw breath. But a breath is all she needs, as 47 HP and a dream is what she gets. And both the initiators, they've got it right now. I don't think Hannah heard it. Hannah didn't hear the defuse.
Oh!
I mean, sorry, Ayumi didn't hear Hannah
didn't hear the
defusing.
defuse. Oh my god. Yeah, we were really confused, like, why is she not peeking out?
I don't, because there were too many skills being thrown at. I think it was the flash, it was the shock dart and the spray. I just don't think she heard the tap.
Oh no, that was heartbreaking for the side of Alter Ego because she could have gotten that. Oh. Wow. But you can see how much Alter Ego is delayed, right? They get a pick off on B, and then the moment they go to A, Brimstone smokes come down, and they wait it out, right? They don't want to push it through it, and they finally get Viper's fuel, and then they get the plan, but the post plan is so difficult.
Aldron could be big here, especially if they could get a Hunter's Fury off of it, but looks like no is going to be answer for now, as Trix looking to hold this aggressive angle. They're going to be giving it up. They're going to elbow. They want to play retake for sure because they do have the Hunter's Fury. Aya's looking to hold on to sight, spray down through the smoke. And It's still a 1-for-1 right now. Hunter's Fury will get that tag onto Ayumi. Big kill if she finds it. One more chance here at the Hunter's Fury. Not gonna be, but still, Seekers will come out. Ayumi from up and above, doing some damage. Trex lines it up with Ivory, and they're gonna be getting some crucial pickoffs once more. Galaxy Racer on double digits, looking to make it 11. Iceberg left standing all alone, and has done so much great work for her team, but in a 1v4 when Galaxy Racer are looking this strong, how could you ever contest that?
One down.
Gets one.
3 more? Maybe? Oh, and she gets
Oh,
tagged up with a
ouch.
shot
That's
dart!
no.
Okay. The moment she heard the second one, she's just like, alright, yeah.
Yeah. You see the second shot that coming at you, you're like seconds before death.
This game is, you know, it's 11-5 for Galaxy Racer, but these rounds are coming down to the wire. We could have been seeing a very, very closer score, a very much closer score line.
And also Ego have to eco again, by the way.
Kind of, yeah, but they're going for a Hero Vandal on Ayumi. And that might actually allow them a couple of picks here and there. Still very doable for Alter Ego. Galaxy Racer cannot get complacent. They cannot rest on their laurels, because if any team can punish complacency, it's Alter Ego
It's
Celeste.
them. Yeah. Again, the slow playstyle we're seeing here. Gonna have to see whether they get a pick off and how they want to commit to a site or not, because Aya is on their tail already. The flanks coming in. Not seeing anyone just yet. Oh, everyone's just
Timing.
moved just out of the site, you know?
Yeah, the timing just eludes them right here, but Aya, they could come up massive. There's 2 players in hookah, catching them the wrong way completely. Galaxy Racer find a very, very crucial advantage right now. They go for the teleport play, and at the same time, Tarathiel is spotted out rather by the camera. I don't know if they found the camera just, oh my god, all the traps that Tarathiel has to work with here. And she still can't find the camera, finally does. Viper's Pit activated, and all the spray is coming out. The Orbital Strike will not hit its mark here, but the random sprays will actually be enough to bring Iceberg to 31. Aya, close encounter with the Blades kind. It's Tarathiel to actually prevail on top of that, and this eco looking like it's gonna be working for Alter Ego Celeste. Can they yet again find an unexpected win? Looking like it's gonna be true, as Aluka, he's managed to get the neural theft in. Whittling away, spots the barrel of the gun, but it's not enough, as Iceberg will find the triple, keeping Alter Ego Celeste from going and evading match point for now.
Yeah, the rotate there, Tarathiel was actually waiting for her, so it's like Alter Ego planned that all along, especially since they had Viper's Pit and they used it really well. For some reason, Orbital Strike, I mean, it's a 50-50, the 2 default plans, you either choose your left or your right, didn't really hit anyone, and well, the clutch there from Iceberg and Tarathiel just to slowly make their way around the Viper's Pit, get picks off and win the round, which is much needed because finally they now have rifles.
Good damage being done, but no kills for now. Trick's only on the Sheriff. So I'm a little bit surprised that Galaxy Racer actually decides to buy on this one. I guess they thought that 4 rifles and a Sheriff would be enough. But against Alter Ego Celeste, you kind of need every advantage you can get. So and with so many rounds ahead, they could have afforded to go for an eco round.
Which means they also like a little bit less of utility. You screen there. So could be the round that Alter Ego wins for a second time in a row.
Yeah, but they're going to dive onto that side here, as it's going to be Alter Ego Celeste who secure it. 5v5 retake. It's good shock darts, and Aya finds Ayumi right now. They all cross towards that long area. They still have to deal with 1 player on site. That's Inari. And Inari, she doesn't miss these shots. She's very good for the hold. The flash denies the kill onto Hannah for now, but no, it's not gonna be, as it's gonna be 1 more kill after the other. Ivory, the last player standing here, has to find 3 heads. Will be spotted out by the recon. The timing doesn't go her way, and she's got a world of hurt in for her if she doesn't play this right. She has to go for information, taps away at the spike. They know it's gotta be a fake, and she's gonna run and save. They have nothing left in the bank, I think, after this. And so Galaxy Racer will turn tail and save this rifle.
Yeah, also Eagle finally finding the post-plant angles that they want. It's really the first time, and we're already at round 18, but this is really one of the cleaner rounds that we've seen them in, and it's honestly still feels so weird to say that. To describe also Eagle that way, but adaptations are coming in, they're playing slower. It looks like we are going to have a technical timeout.
Yeah, could be a tactical, either one. It might be to decide what they do on how they're going to approach this buy here. Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, because the last two rounds were really so crucial for Alter Ego to hurt the economy of Galaxy Racer because they were really running away with it. You can see your screen there. 4 rounds in a row, they could afford to lose one or two more, but not anymore, right? And this is where Alter Ego might find the footing that they were looking for. It's really a different kind of creature that we see them here on Bite. I don't even know how to describe it because they don't really play the style that you typically see them on Icebox or any of the maps, right? It's a bit less sure. The timings are not as solid, right? And for good reason because they ban this map all the time. It's the first time in 2 months that we're seeing them on Vine.
Have a few rounds to lose. They have some room for experimentation. They shouldn't be afraid to go for an eco because they have been winning those ecos. Wait, why are they throwing buckies around? I mean, 30. That's a wasted 150 credits. It is what it is. Must have been a miscom.
Very, very slow round here. Very quiet as well. No information given on the side of both teams, but Inari is creeping up and shotgun.
Yeah, this is a dangerous angle.
Dangerous.
They're not going to check it though. They're just going to rotate. Show some presence towards B, rotate towards A. That was the call, and it worked. They only have 2 players still from Galaxy Racer, and they're going to be buried towards back of the site. A little bit of a tough spot here, but oh,
rotate.
they were hoping she'd go into hookah, but it wasn't the case here. Aluka will get caught off by Ayumi, and this should be a done and dusted round. And I say should, because we've been thrown a couple of curveballs. Nice kill from Ivory there after using that rifle to her advantage. Now, this is Lamps very much in contention here. Aya's gonna go down to the hands of Tarathiel, and Ivory will unfortunately be unable to get that pick off. Trix is not gonna miss the mark on that one. It's gonna be Hannah with a trade-off, 1v2. They've made this expensive. Hannah has a rifle in her hands, but Iceberg has a line up. Yeah, this is gonna...
2v1.
Yeah, there's... Oh, the gravity well on top of it. R.I.P.
Yeah, whoa, but they did make it expensive. You didn't really want to see Alter Ego drop so many bodies, but they did, and it means that they just have to be that much more prudent in their spending for the next round, not as rich as they wanted to be. I feel like it was so risky for Iceberg to take the teleporter over. I mean, if those in hookah were ready for her, they could have shot her down, but nonetheless, tricks on this Reyna, getting the picks off and making it expensive for Alter Ego Celeste.
Okay.
5
Ultimate
rifles.
wise,
Oh!
not just
Good
rifles,
swing
right?
out.
4 ultimates on the side of Alter Ego, 3 now because of that pick. Can they make something out of this?
An aggressive play there was in order for Alter Ego Celeste, and they were truly able to capitalize off of it for now. Trailblazer will help them close out that corner. They might not expect to double up around it. The flash does come through. Aya has the information on one. Unable to get any more. Trix is there for the trade. And that's a crossfire well placed, but it's a crossfire that's been dismantled eventually. 2v2. Tarathiel and Margot. 2 remaining players. They both have their ultimates. Cosmic Divide and the Hunter's Fury. And they can use it. They can wield it. They're waiting for the right time, however, Galaxy Racer to deploy. Aluka snuck her way onto site.
Last player standing.
It's still a 1v1 as Margot caught looking the wrong way for now, but the timing just doesn't go her way. They're evading each other in this carousel. Who is going to get the drop onto the other? It's looking like Ivory has an idea, an inkling, but no, Margot has the finishing touch, the finesse to close it out against Ivory. And Galaxy Racer just match point evades them, eludes them yet again.
Well, that's exactly what Ivory did to Margot, and now Margot got her revenge. You remember one of those rounds where it was exact same 1v1 and exact same spot where the spike was planted. But still, it was uncharacteristic. You know, Iceberg was running through gardens there without checking the corner and just got taken out like really easily. So uncharacteristic, unforced errors, I would say, from the side of Alter Ego. I suspect they wouldn't do it again, but it's quite unusual to see them.
Oh, nearly evading death there. Hannah can go huge, gets a dig, pulls out Shorty, unable to find any more. And that's all up to Ivory. Her position is known. They know she's in here, and it's Inari with a 4K. I like the idea to double up on Hookah. It's unfortunate it didn't lead into any more.
Didn't have the guns, but as I said, you know, Alter Ego a bit uncharacteristic. They take things for granted. Right? They throw out the utility there at Garden, and then in the next round here at Hookah, not really getting the angles as checked as they want to. You don't really see them do this kind of errors on other maps, so could be something that Galaxy Racer exploit. But I think they were like 5 rounds apart, and now it's 11-10. Alter Ego are clawing their way back into this game.
Oh, they have definitely done that. Tooth and nail, they fought for it. Hunter's Fury at the very start of the round to allow them a path into the site. Margot gets Baby Aluka, and the ultimates just work in the favor of Alter Ego Celeste. They're looking like they can tie things up here. Hunter's Fury to respond, but not gonna be as impactful as the previous.
I've got your trail.
Trix doesn't even have the timing, doesn't even have the angle. Her gun barrel is exposed. That's a trade-off by Margot yet again. Margot finding her way into each and every nook and cranny. Counterplay up against Galaxy Racer, and Inari have brought it leveled 11-11. And this match is all we could have wished for and more, Tanya.
I know it, Last Shadow. Oh my goodness. How? How does Alter Ego win these rounds? How do they claw back? You have to give props to their mental game as well as their in-game leaders, right? In this case, Therethro leading her team, bringing them back from the brink of death. I mean, Galaxy Racer just needs to win 2 more rounds, but they haven't found any. Look at that. From round 17 to 22, it's been going the way of Alter Ego. And I think they're finally finding their groove on this map.
I like that fake flash right there. They might actually not check Aya because she dashed out. Fake dash. Oh, but the Viper spin.
Oh, snake bite.
Sorry, snake bite, excuse me, thank you. Viper spin. That's not an ultimate. Trix is good to back up her teammate though, just to make sure. It's gonna be a rotation here towards B.
So you can see Alter Ego baiting out utility and not committing, which is something different. The pace is different from when they lost those rounds. They tended to go in a lot earlier, not get the post-front angles, but here they're knowing, right? They know that the side of Galaxy Racer there's so much utility and they're just beating it out.
Margot is like 9 HP, and they have to plant relatively safe right now. They took them a while to find that camera, but it eventually does. And now the retake, it does commence. They do have 2 ultimates on Galaxy Racer side. They're looking for map point. The spray through the smoke, and Neri finds Ivory. Hannah's good for a trade, and Sarathiel does a double. Trix is coming in here, but Ayumi swings wide, and Ayumi gets it for Alter Ego Celeste. They get map point. And taking this comeback against Galaxy Racer, just when you thought they were dead in the water, well, this is a lifeboat for them, and they get back and take this to maybe what could be a 2-0 win against Galaxy Racer.
I'm stunned. I'm so stunned right now. And the funny thing about Alter Ego, if you look at the leaderboard, it's actually the Retro who's on top. So none of their duelists have really made their mark, but when it really matters in this 2v1 or 1v1 clutch situations, you know, they have been showing up big on Margot as well as the Retro.
Oh, massive dink onto Trix here. Brought down to 35. The nades from close range. Aya is in a lot of hot water here. They're trying to back her up. There's 2 players holding this close angle. And they're gonna get spotted out, and things are looking bad. Aya's getting 1. Aya's done. And it's looking like Alter Ego yet again. But not if Baby Alec has anything to say about it, though. Still have to find two. Baby Aluka once more with a stinger. Playing that Lamps position. Looking to go into overtime. As it is still very much up for grabs in this round. They do have information. They did have that neural theft. It was just used. And so Alter Ego Celeste, they have to reset. They have to slow down the pace, and they have to make Galaxy Racer second guess themselves.
Ethereal there was looking at the flank, and Viper Wall is committed to A, so they're thinking about it. The Rathel's already moving, just looking, checking from those angles. No flank. But how are they going to
30
commit to
seconds
this?
left.
Because Galaxy Racer are ready. Even though it's a stinger,
Yeah, they don't want to push
They're
into
gonna
this with that
surprise
stinger on the other side, though.
Enemy.
Iceberg just gets the timing on it. Now it's all up to Hannah.
Enemy remaining.
Gets the spray down, gives up her
Spike
position,
down,
sure,
A.
but that's what counts. Working around that wall. Galaxy Racer, Alter Ego. Who's it gonna be? Are we going to overtime? No, it's Alter Ego Celeste yet again to bring us into the grand final.
oh my gosh, Shadow. What a series! What a game! How do you? Oh my! I don't even know how to break this down. Like, it was Galaxy Racer to win it. They were 11 rounds. They just needed to win 2, but they were forced to economy and they lost. I believe it was 6 to 7 rounds in a row, all the way until the end. Alter Ego, the moment they got the economy back in order, they started to run away with the game, and I think they also managed to change the pace. It was really, really key because they couldn't really find what they were looking for in the first few rounds.
Yeah, it's just Alter Ego Celeste have such tenacity. They just have, they don't miss a beat. You make a couple of mistakes, you build their confidence, and they'll start getting round after round. And Galaxy Racer, it just seemed to start to fall apart. What could have been their map? What was their map choice? And both of these games came down to the wire. This could have actually been a 2-0 Galaxy Racer. But in the end, it was just the finesse from Alter Ego Celeste to take them to the grand final yet again.
And so much credit really has to be given to Galaxy Racer because it's the first time that we see a team up in rounds against Alter Ego. I mean, that's not something you see every day. And their sub as well, Hannah there, doing so much work on Silvar. I mean, those lineups were perfection. Right? So they still have to be feeling good about this. Yes, they dropped to the lower bracket. It is heartbreaking because they were 11 rounds up. It was theirs to take, but honestly, they should be feeling good about their performance. It is a confidence boost to say that, hey, we led in rounds against Alter Ego.
I agree. It's just been a wild ride here. And you know what? I think we all got to take a break. We all got to take a break and come back because that is one of the closest matches we've seen all day long, all tournament long. Big props to Galaxy Racer. They made it happen. For a moment, you believed that somebody could take down Alter Ego Celeste.
Yeah.
Just not today, but it's getting closer to that time. So for now, Tanya May and I, we're going to be signing off again. We are your casters here, the Valorant Game Changers, FSL Open number 6. And once we do return, it's going to be the panel to take care of you for the rest of the day.
What a game! The buy-in was just both teams just pushing each other to the limit, and there was so many 1v1s. How is that possible?
Yeah, just absolutely amazing game from Galaxy Racer. And the thing is, just watching that series, I mean, if you guys are just tuning in and you're looking at the score and you're like, oh, it was a 2-0, just Alter Ego Celeste doing Alter Ego Celeste things, you could not be more
Yeah.
wrong. Like, we watched
Far
map
from it.
1. Exactly. And map 1, Galaxy Racer already looked like they were putting on a pretty good show. Like on Icebox, it was 13-9 was the score. We were like, wow, like Galaxy Racer are doing so much better this open. And then map 2 came, and as you're talking about, just those 1v1 clutches from both sides as well, from Trix and of course from Alter Ego Celeste. I think we're going to pull up some stats in just a bit. I'm sure you guys saw all the sweet highlights from earlier on. And yeah, walk us through this, Tanya.
Yeah, I mean, really on Icebox, it was the Ivory show, and it always is. And maybe that is the problem for Galaxy Racer because they rely so much on her Viper's wall and her timings on those snake bites, and she's really good at finding off angles. Sometimes she's hiding behind yellow, sometimes she's at a corner. You just don't know where she is. She plays around her smoke so well, and that really was the story for Galaxy Racer on this map and how they got the lead. But unfortunately, the rest of the team, Trix and I had a few good rounds, but together. Unfortunately, also baby Aluka, it wasn't her day. Usually we see her pop off a lot more for her team, but that's it. Alter Ego, Ineri also finally found the frags later in those rounds, and Margot, oh my goodness. If you thought her clutch 1v1s on Vine, I mean, Icebox as well, that 1v2 and the flicks on the spike and just getting it off just in time 0.19, was it? Oh,
Yeah, like 0.88 or something like that. And there was also that round from Iniri on Icebox in map number 1 where there was literal gun diff. She had a sheriff versus rifles and she picked up the triple kill over at the site A entrance also. That was absolutely beautiful to see. And I wanted to pick your brain a bit now that we're in the post-match final death segment for today about a couple of things that you mentioned while you were casting that series about Alter Ego Celeste being that aggressive push out on defense team. We've seen it time
They
and
are.
again during FSL Open. Talk to us a bit more about that and also about how Viper was just so crucial in that game number 1 for GXR.
Oh, well, when you watch Alter Ego, like the moment they start pushing out our defense, you know that they're comfortable. And they do this a lot on Ascents, actually. They probably do that the most on Ascents. But the thing is that on Icebox, you saw them, but on Bind, they actually did not push out that much on defense. It was very chaotic, which signals to me and everyone watching that, all right, they haven't really found the tempo that they want to. So on Icebox, you know, it really was the Viper show on Ivory, which didn't translate here, you know, onto Bind because Ivory changed it up and really the whole Galaxy Racer changed it up. Suddenly they bring out the Brimstone and Baby Aluka as well on the controller. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm just so lost for words. This map just brings so many emotions. I'm still recovering from it, you know. But they had so much utility on the side of Galaxy Racer, and I think that really set Alter Ego off because you know Brimstone smokes went down, and then you had Cypher cages as well going down, which they couldn't really deal with when Galaxy Racer were attacking.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Also, just looking at the stats on the screen, Tarathiel playing that Astra. I remember back when Astra had just come out. I think it was Open 3 or Open 4. There was one series where Alter Ego Celeste, they picked Astra over on Haven in map number 1. And I don't think they had all that much practice with
Yeah.
the agent at that point. And that was like one of the first like historic losses for AEC. And we're like, oh my gosh, they're
Yeah.
just pulling this out, and like I'm not sure if they've scrimmed with it, but I remember there was also that little mistake that they made with the Astra ultimate somewhere towards the middle of the second map as well that you pointed out, because I mean it's Tarathiel, she's usually that Raze main, although sometimes when Iniri wants to play Raze, Tarathiel kind of has to play something else. You know, you're gonna
Sage,
let
yeah.
Iniri play what she wants.
Yeah. And really, Astra has been a question mark. She's been a mystery for a lot of these VCT FSL teams because teams haven't been picking her. She needs a high level of coordination, right? Because you can put your star on the other side of the map, but you need absolute coordination and communication from your team and the timing as well. Smokes are fine, but to use gravity well, as well as that dissonance, you know, the timing on that has to be communicated properly. I think AEC did a good job here. I believe they had a snake bite cosmic pull in combo, right, on that Iceberg at the Rathiel. They were really, really clutch a lot of times at the end of those rounds.
Yeah, very nicely played. Just the way that you really want to utilize the gravity pull. It's a bit like the way that it traditionally, like in the past, you play around the Sage slow as well, which is kind of like you double layer that CC, either have some type of slow or the pool, and that will bring you into like the snake bite or hot hands, some type of damage dealing ability, and that's just very hard to deal with. But you mentioned that Alter Ego Celeste putting a star on the other side of the map. I mean, I look at Alter Ego Celeste, all I see are 5 stars on this team. The comeback for these girls in that map number 2. It was just absolutely insane. We thought that Galaxy Racer would have map number 2 in the bag after that absolutely insane start from them. They were something like 11-6 up
Yeah.
off of Alter Ego Celeste, forcing them to eco for a couple of rounds, giving them the nickname Alter Ego Celeste.
Oh.
In the middle of
No,
that.
I don't think they want that to stick. We shouldn't.
I mean,
But yeah, they won
AEC.
7 rounds in a row.
They are AEC. I mean, now, we didn't know this before today, but now we do. That E stands for Eco. Just absolute 180 from the usual A Celeste playstyle, but just the mental fortitude and mental strength of these girls to be down 11-6, and there was that like instant
Yeah.
tech pause from them when they're like, okay, we gotta bring this back. This has never happened to us before. We're losing. How can this be? And then all of a sudden they just switched it up. They just switched things back around, and they won 7 straight rounds back to back.
Yeah.
Just absolutely insane.
Insane. Like Theretho, the in-game leader, the facilitator, she has talked a little bit about the way that her playstyle is and how she leads her team. It's very different from Trix, and it's such a joy to see these two teams clash, because Trix is more like, a little bit more heavy-handed. It's like, you gotta do your warm-ups, you gotta do your training, and Theretho is more facilitative, but both of them
I love
playstyles
your
different in-game leaders.
I love your Trix voice. We gotta do our warm-ups.
Yeah, we
Girls,
gotta,
come
gotta
on.
do it.
Yeah,
Like, when I
guys.
think of Trix, I think like she's so tough, and all of these women have been so tough, mentally as well as physically in these 2 maps.
For sure. And we've had a tough schedule for the last 3 days. We're going to take a look at our brackets up on our screen very shortly to see how the rest of today shook up. Kind of a bit ahead of schedule. We had like two O's over on the English cast today, with Oasis Gaming Aqua for the Philippines team going 2-0 over the Singaporean Wildfire Sphinx team, 13-5 on Icebox, 13-7 on Ascent. And meanwhile, of course, on the top over there, AAC punching their ticket through to tomorrow's finals already, to no one's surprise, 2-0 over Galaxy Racer. 2-0, but what a 2-0 that was.
It really was. And if you take a look at the lower bracket, it does mean that Galaxy Racer drops. Will we get a rematch again, or a repeat of the Open 5 Grand Final? I don't know, but if that's the case, it's going to be really exciting.
Yep, for sure. And I think Renatus White as well. I think based off of the way that the leaderboard points have been shaking up, it does look as if AEC GXR as well as Renatus White will be the top 3 foreigners going in towards the end of this FSL Open 6. I think we'll have to confirm it for by tomorrow, but that does look as of how it's shaking up so far.
Yeah, really looking forward to see how these teams play out and whether we'll get the rematch or not. But whatever the case is, I think I'm gonna need a break from that, Jenny, because I'm still reeling from the excitement and the emotions. Oh my goodness.
Yep, big same. Guys, that's it for us for day number 3 of the Valorant Champions Tour Southeast Asian Series FSL Circuit, brought to you by our sponsor Intel and supported by Yahoo. We'll be back tomorrow to see which team takes the FSL Open 6 crown, and finally, after 6 whole months of competition, which 3 teams qualify into October's FSL Elite. If you want to see how women in esports are changing the game, then we'll see you back here again tomorrow, same time, same place.